It's Super Videos back at you for another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about whether or not we're going to see the iconic iron to the face scene. Now, just to put a little bit of a perspective into when we're going to see it, I think the way things are shaping up, we are probably going to see this that I'm going to be talking about in episode 7. So 707 is when this part of the story from the comics is probably going to come to life in the TV show. Now, for non-comic readers, you may not want to watch the video. There's not too much spoilers in this. It's just talking about whether we're going to see the iron to the face scene, and that scene is basically when one of the members of the Saviors gets an iron to the face, similar to what happened with Dwight. And Negan already explained how that happened, so they've already addressed it in the TV show to an extent, so it's not really spoiling anything. So you're safe to watch it if you're a non-comic reader as well. So the way I actually came up with this, if you look at the promo for Season 7, Episode 6, 7, and 8 that they just released, there's this part when Negan says,
"We survive. We bring civilization back to this world. We are the Saviors."
And I looked at where Negan makes that specific speech in the comic book, and what I found was that point is basically in the same issue and very close to the part where we actually get to see Negan iron Mark's face. And Mark is one of the Saviors that runs away with his wife and gets captured. Negan brings him back, and Negan basically as punishment irons his face, basically as a way for him to have shame for the rest of his life for running away. Because remember, Negan offers the wife if he wants to stay with Negan instead of the husband. And if she decides to do so, then she has to leave the husband. And if they ever get back together or they're seen together, then the wife needs to make a decision. Does she want to go back to that lifestyle and earning points? Or does she want to keep living like this, like a king, with Negan? And if she decides she wants to stay with Negan, then as punishment, Negan will iron the face of the husband. And in this case, like I said, it was Mark in the comic book. The same sort of thing happened to Dwight as well. So I definitely think that that's probably the episode that we're going to see that. It's issue 105 in the comic book. And that's the exact issue where we actually see what happens when Carl sneaks to the back of the truck of the Saviors and makes his way to the sanctuary as well. So all of those are going to happen at the same time. And what's very interesting is if you look at the promo, there's a shot of Dwight looking someplace. And if you look closely, you can see there's some kind of light or flame type of light on Dwight's face. And I think that's probably when he's looking at where they have the iron. I didn't initially pick this up when I was watching the promo, but upon analysis, you can actually notice that clearly. And then there's another part where Daryl gets holding a pole. And that was very weird for me when I first saw it. But then when I went back to the comic book and I looked at that scene with the iron to the face, there's a scene where someone is holding a pole, which is basically holding the iron in the fire. So it looks like Daryl is doing that instead of the Saviors in the comic book. So that's very interesting because Daryl gets a first-hand experience of this process, and that's going to make him feel closer to Dwight, connect with his character a little bit. Also, if you remember from one of the trailers that was released, which was Negan's Way, the first shot of that teaser is Negan holding Lucille about to make a speech. We never got to see that, but I think that's probably going to be in episode 7 because that's the episode Negan is making this epic speech. So that's probably going to be when that happens. So I'm very excited for Season 7, Episode 7. It's going to be epic. We're going to see Carl make his way to the sanctuary. We're going to see this crazy Negan speech. We're going to see the iron to the face scene play out. And it's going to be an amazing episode. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back for another video.